What happened was not spontaneous. It was funded and it was premeditated and politically instigated.
Where were they when Gachagua was over? If that man was able to plan and the intelligence system was not able to do,
then he's a dangerous guy.
Where were our men and women in uniform when shops were being vandalized?
Lakini tuliona maajabu. Kijana walikuwa wengi. Hata waskari wagi hawaweza. Kwa maana wakitoka huko Mudhurwa kama vile unaona hivyo kunajaa, walikuwa wanafika huko.
As the dust settles on the latest round of deadly protests in Kenya, attention is turning not just to those who took to the streets, but to those tasked with preventing the violence in the first place. At the center of the storm is the National Intelligence Service, NIS, a secretive but powerful agency with a mandate to foresee threats and avert chaos before it unfolds.
Where Gachagua is. And if he was able to do a massive organization countrywide without them knowing, then don't joke with that man.
You see, there are days when a nation holds its breath, hoping its intelligence machinery is more than just well-dressed men in tinted Prados with encrypted phones. And June 25th, 2025 was one such day, a Wednesday soaked in smoke, rage and blood.
Mtu, cheki, wamepiga risasi, wameua. Ngoja, wameua.
The protests turned bloody, lives were lost, others maimed, and properties worth millions reduced to ashes. According to Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen, the chaos was the handiwork of criminal elements allegedly hired by politicians.
What happened was not spontaneous. It was not random. It was deliberate, it was coordinated, it was funded, and it was premeditated and politically instigated.
If that's true, and if these were indeed well-funded, coordinated operatives masquerading as protesters, it begs a more damning question. How did they sneak through the watchful eyes of an agency with deep budgets, elite training, and a mandate to preempt exactly this kind of threats?
Yes, we're working with names, and I am sure you also know their names. We know that it is not my responsibility as a cabinet secretary to investigate any individual specifically. But of course, from the reports we get, you can see clearly who are the coup plotters. You can also see it from the pattern of the areas where the protests were violent and intense, that there was an outright misuse of people who would have been, so to speak, political supporters, turning them against the rest of the citizens to make sure that you reign chaos and terror.
No, they said it is Gachagua.
Yeah, he's the chief funder.
He's the chief funder.
Yeah.
When he funded, where were you?
At the NIS.
When he sat down planning with them, where then? How did he outwit
that
you?
without the president or the
officially anakaa part of the intelligence system.
Yeah.
If that man was able to plan and the intelligence system was not able to do,
then he's a dangerous guy.
Whatever you are planning against him.
And if it's true these protests were funded, why did the authorities not apprehend the masterminds beforehand? You see, our men and women in uniform, specifically the NIS, is not some backroom outfit running on dusty files and guesswork. The NIS is one of the best funded arms of government, built to preempt threats before they spill into bloodshed. We have seen them foil terrorists' plots in Mombasa, Nairobi, Garissa, and yet twice in 2 years, on the exact same date, same month, Kenya's streets ran red, and NIS was nowhere to be seen.
So I'm saying, these people don't understand him. If they understood Gachagua, they will stop playing around him. This one man it is a monster that was created, that came out like a small, like a small frog, only to come to realize it's a...
So, going forward, the government of Kenya will do whatever it takes to make sure that what happened yesterday will never, ever again happen on the soil of Kenya.
Deputy President Kithure Kindiki insists such violence will not be tolerated under President Ruto's administration. Yet, the same pledge was made a year ago, on the exact same date, the same month, by President William Ruto, when lives were lost and property touched.
I assure the nation of the government's determination to fulfill its constitutional duty of protecting the people of Kenya against all forms of harm.
Now, if history is repeating itself, then it is doing so with a vengeance. Last year, June 25th, was marked by state violence. This year, the script didn't just repeat, it exploded. The chaos wasn't confined to the corridors of parliament. At this time, lives were lost in Juja, in Kikuyu, in places far from the power corridors of Nairobi. And as Kenyans mourned, the usual blame game resumed. CS Murkomen insists the protests were not organic but engineered, chaos bought and paid for by political opponents. He claims that criminals were smuggled in ambulances, waving past police barricades with suspicious ease.
A police officer and you're being threatened with some character saying that you committed any excesses. There's no police officer who committed any excess yesterday. Police officers foiled a coup and they deserve our defense. They don't carry guns as toys. And those criminals who will be caught, they invaded a police station, the shops, they provided financial support to chaos. Criminals paid them, ferried them, the matatus that were used to ferry them, some of the vehicles that were operating pretending to be ambulances, but they were ferrying goons. All of them are going to be ensured that they have been mopped up and all those people be arrested and charged.
It was all apparently a well-funded operation, and the government has pointed its fingers squarely at Rigathi Gachagua and his cronies. But even if we accept this version of events, the contradictions are staggering. Are we to believe that Gachagua is so powerful, so efficient, that he managed to mobilize thousands of young people even in Eldoret and Kericho, Ruto's own strongholds? In Kericho, they didn't just march. They tore down the UDA monument in the heart of the town.
Let me tell you today, we are not singing because we are not in the street because we are just loitering. We are here to stand in solidarity with our brothers who we lost them and sisters, and we lost them because of standing for our country. And let me tell you today, Sisi, we are not here because we want to fight with the uniformed men. We are here because we want to fight for our brothers who died, yet they were not armed. They are dead, and we have not seen justice. We have not seen it. And let me
if this was opposition funded, it wasn't just political rebellion. It was symbolic mutiny. It wasn't as if no one saw it coming. The online build-up was volcanic. Hashtags like Occupy State House trended for weeks. Kenyans openly declared June 25th a national day of remembrance for the slain youths of the previous year. Some even warned of storming State House. And that's not intelligence, it's public knowledge. Still, when the day arrived, the state responded with the same old script. Protesters branded as opposition-funded saboteurs, agents of chaos plotting an overthrow, and again, the NIS missing in action.
Guys, a coordinated descent into chaos marked as civic expression.
Adding to the confusion and outrage are video clips surfacing online showing alleged looters not fleeing from the police, but boarding police vehicles armed with crude weapons. Some were even caught on camera assaulting civilians as officers looked on.
They're still beating
Gachagua on his part has fiercely rejected the government's narrative. In a lengthy statement issued Wednesday, he accused the Ruto administration of weaponizing law enforcement against peaceful demonstrators and failing to address the root cause of the unrest: youth in unemployment and unfulfilled economic promises. He also leveled grave accusations against the government, including claims that Nairobi County officials identified and targeted businesses for looting based on ethnic ownership, that the state manipulated protest dynamics by switching off media signals, and that Interior CS Murkomen's visit to looted shops was a pretentious PR stunt. While both sides continue their blame games, the credibility of Kenya's security organs has taken a major hit. With the country's security budget ballooning annually, Kenyans are left wondering how a protest so loudly telegraphed online could still erupt with such force, leaving blood on the tarmac and questions in every corner of the republic.